happening.
Oh, boy. I didn't put a music bed there.
That's all right.
No, we're just talking. I got to play this here.
The Rizzuto Show.
I'm going to put that there. No, we're having a good time. I forgot to put a music bed in a return. That's Ben
me.
Bailey.
I'm just
there to my left.
I'm prattling on about an artsy film.
Yeah, he's like, you ever see, what was the water dance?
It's called The Water Dance.
I'm like, that does not seem like a movie for me.
Yeah.
It sounds like a movie where there's nudity, but all the women have very hairy armpits. That's what it seems like to me.
I don't know if there's even any women in it. There's like maybe one female character that's not
Jeff's
in it.
out.
Jeff's out.
Yeah.
Jeff is the show creepster.
Thank you.
Well, I just want to make sure Ben knows, all the characters.
All the rules. Go over all the rules.
Put me next to the creepster.
The entire state's creepster.
How's it going?
He's touching my arm right now.
Creepy, huh?
Jeff,
Ben
stop
Bailey is at the St. Louis Funny Bone in Westport Plaza. You got 2 shows today.
Yep, 2 tonight,
10:30.
2 tomorrow night, 7,
and then 7:30 and 10 o'clock.
7:30 and 10, yeah.
stlewisfunnybone.com. So you know him as the host of Cash Cab, and you've been doing stand-up for a long, long time, haven't you?
Yeah, not that long. I'm not like really old.
Well, but when'd you start?
Okay, I am really old.
When'd you start?
93.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. Before Nelly's first single drop.
Yeah, that was 7 years before Nelly.
Yeah.
So you started out as a stand-up.
Yep.
But and had this the Cash Cab thing.
How did that happen? I just went and auditioned for it.
That was it.
I almost skipped it. Like I was doing shows out in San Diego, and I had to fly back on the red eye for the audition for Cash Cab, and I turned out a buddy of mine who played in this band called the Samples.
Oh yeah,
you guys know the Samples?
Absolutely.
He's actually playing with them again this summer. He plays in my band too. He's a buddy of mine from when we were kids. But so I found out he was playing a show down the road from me. And I went down there and surprised him, and he was like, "Oh, dude, we got a beach house. You should hang out. You should stay and hang out. We got it for the whole week." And I was like, I got to go back. I got an audition for this stupid show.
Right, I'm not going to get it anyway.
I'm not going to get it.
Yeah.
But I was like, I almost bailed and stayed out because they had this awesome place. But I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to go. And so I flew back home on the red eye and went straight to the audition for Cash Cab. Thank God.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. So that and then 5 more auditions after I finally.
It was a process to actually.
Took about 6 weeks. I had to do. They did like a background check. I had to go to taxi school.
I was going to ask
all this stuff.
I was going to ask you, you had to actually
ordeal.
Get your taxi cab commission license.
Yep. I had to get an actual license and take a drug test, which I should not. I don't know how I passed it that day. Without getting too specific, I don't know how I passed the drug test.
It's crazy how that show became like this phenomenon. I mean, it was.
Yeah. It was kind of nuts because there was no advertising. There was nothing.
I mean, I tell you how I
advertised it on the network that it was on.
We were on vacation.
That wouldn't make sense.
I remember being on vacation. My wife was in the shower, and I was just laying on the bed, just flipping through the hotel channels.
Right.
And came across the Discovery Channel and sat there and watched 5 episodes in a row.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
There was like a Cash Cab marathon.
It's a great show to binge watch. Like, it really is. It's a great show that you could turn it on at like noon on a Saturday, and the next thing you know, it's 8:30 Tuesday. You're like, what the hell happened? I was just in a Cash Cab
43 episodes
Yeah.
of Cash
And
Cab.
holy cow, I missed the whole vacation.
It was interesting because it was a half-hour show, right? And it was the only half-hour show that they had. And
On Discovery?
Yeah, and they didn't realize it. And then they were like, wow, so unless we want to change the start times for all of our programming, we have to play it twice in a row.
Yeah.
So every time it was on again right after.
Right.
And I guess that's kind of what happened is people would flip to it and see like New York going by in the cab and all and go, oh, what's this? And then, I mean, that's how it worked.
And then it was me going to my friends like, dude, you see the show Cash Cab? And they'd be like, dude, you don't know about Cash Cab?
Yeah. It just caught on, man. It was really an awesome time in my life.
Because everybody wanted to be picked up by the Cash Cab. That's what it was. Everybody wanted to go to New York, and everybody wanted to see you in the driver's seat.
Yep. They wanted to come to New York and get in the cab and win money, and they felt like they could. Like, if you're watching, you're like, it felt like you could actually, wow, that could be me. I could actually get on this show. And I actually people would travel to New York to get on Cash Cab.
Well, you weren't randomly picking up people, though, were you?
We were, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, about maybe half the people were interviewed ahead of time. So it wasn't really cast, but it was like, we need to start stacking the deck a little bit so we can get people that might actually have a chance of winning.
you'd be picking
or
up
people
morons?
who actually could play.
Some personality.
A lot of people
as
don't
well,
have
right?
time. Yeah, you want to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
some people with personality and who have a chance of winning. Because otherwise, we'd be out there all day, driving around. We'd pick up 12 people or whatever.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we'd have one game that we could use.
Well, because people are like, I don't got time for this.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I can't
the
play
lights
it.
go off and they go, "What the hell? Just take me somewhere." Never mind.
Yeah. I mean, some people just got in and got out right away, you know.
Oh,
I know
really?
people were
One
getting
guy, I always wanted to use that stuff. I'm like, just use the clips of the people that don't play. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
This one guy came and loaded like this big printer fax machine, copy machine thing, this giant thing into the back seat and shut that door and then walked around, opened the other door, got in and sat down. I hit the button. You're in a cash cab, it's a TV game show. Without a word, he just opened his door and got out and walked back around, opened the door,
Got
took
his-
the thing
got his
out,
fax machine and
shut
left.
the door and left. I'm like, we have to use that. Get a release from that guy. That's awesome. He never said a word. He just
Now-
got in and got out. It was great.
Yeah, so you do the game, and then I guess there'd be a producer waiting for you somewhere, so everybody would, sign the releases and whatnot.
They did it before the game. I would say, let's take a ride in the cash cab. And then I would just pull over and get out.
Oh, really?
And then someone else would get in and
It would cut back.
go over
to-
the rules and get them to sign the release.
I always thought it was kind of dangerous. You reading questions while you're driving in New York City.
Yeah, and you were right.
That
It
came
was
across.
dangerous, yeah. You can't send text messages or talk on the phone, but you can host a game show.
Was there ever cash cab accidents?
No, I never hit anything, and no one ever hit me. But
What
two
about getting
different.
pulled over?
I got pulled over a lot. I got away with a lot, though.
Really?
Yeah, we had a cop on the crew, so it's like
Oh, that's good.
he would get me out of all kinds of trouble. By the end of it, I was so we did 400 episodes of that show.
That's crazy. Yeah, you
In
got a great
8
run on that
years.
thing.
Man.
And by the end of it, I was a madman driving that thing around. I was like a bundle of road rage.
But also
And,
an
I
expert.
was yelling at a cop. I'm
Really?
literally yelling at a cop, and
You became a real cab driver.
I really
like
did.
You actually morphed into
that's
a
what
real
happened. I
New York
turned into
City cab driver.
a real
you
New
know.
York cabbie. I was backing into a parking spot, and this guy's trying to get into it. He's trying to pull forward, and I'm backing up.
Seinfeld
And I'm
episode.
like, I'm not going to let this guy in. I'm not doing it. I'm parking. So he finally pulls up next to me, and he's yelling at me, and I'm yelling at him, and he holds up his badge.
Uh,
And I'm like, I don't care, dude. I'm not giving you the parking spot. He's like, I'm a cop. I'm like, I'm a game show host. I don't care. I mean, we're screaming this at each other. And I don't know what Tony, the guy that worked on the show, said to him, but he got me out of it. Like, this guy was going to arrest me.
really?
I was screaming at him. He was a police officer.
You mean the cash cab would
And
have
I
been
was not
impounded?
saying nice things. Yeah, impound the cash cab. Tony, I don't know what, he had the magic touch, man. He just walked over and talked to this guy for like a second. And the guy just waved at me and drove away.
Huh?
I'm like, what did you say to that
Yeah,
guy?
Tony must have been a high-ranking guy, maybe.
Tony, he was a cop for years, and he just knew how to just like calm a situation.
Right.
We were in Vegas shooting, and we had the cab parked in front of one of the casinos, and we just got mobbed, and these people were yelling, cash cab, over and over, a huge crowd. Tony walked over to them, and he just goes, "Come on, man, we're working here." And the whole thing just was over. How do you do that, dude?
He had this calming effect over
He
people. Just
totally does,
like
man.
a Jedi.
Yeah, he just has. That's all he said. Hey, come on, we're working here.
And you
And
were,
a mob just like broke up and left.
Is he like a big, intimidating guy?
No, not really, man. He just has this thing about him. He's a good guy to have around. He really is.
and was there ever a time you felt unsafe in the cash cab?
Yeah. You mean like as far as like
Like somebody gets in.
because of the people that were in there?
Yeah.
There was a woman who rode in the cab who asked me like, I don't know, 15 times if anyone ever pulled a gun on me. And I felt pretty unsafe at that point. I just pulled over and I was like,
Why?
guys, I think I'm gonna get out. I feel like this woman's gonna shoot me.
Really?
And they were like, yeah, she does seem to be
Did she
saying
know-
that a lot.
Did she know she was in the cash cab at that point?
Yeah, she's playing the game. Yeah, no, she just thought I was a regular cab driver. She's like, I could kill this guy and no one will care.
She's like, Montpelier, by the way, has anybody ever pulled a gun on you?
Maybe she thought there was actual cash in the cash cab.
She
I'm
did.
thinking that's what
She
it is.
did.
Oh.
But she said it enough that we thought maybe she had a gun. So I pulled over and got out, and they searched her stuff because she
And
also
she
had a
didn't?
couple of bags with her. She had no gun.
She was just a lunatic.
She was just a crazy woman who stayed in the cab and actually won. After
she
that.
won?
Yeah, she won all by herself.
That's
Which was
amazing.
rare. Like a solo win in the cab was tough.
Well, so I guess you stopped. I mean, did you stop hosting? You were like, I'm done with this. I cannot do this anymore. Or was like, the show it's run its course because
They
it was
canceled it. They called me and said we're closing the Cash Cab chapter. Is
really
what they said
that's
on
how
the phone.
that's how they did it. So it's an 8-year run.
Yeah, and I said you know that Jeopardy has been on for like 47 years, and they were like, oh, has it?
See, a show to be like Cash Cab.
And they're like, oh, okay.
That's an evergreen show. That could never get old to me.
It could still be on. It could still be.
That
going.
could never get
It could
old
be a
to me.
CSI, Cash Cab St. Louis.
Yeah,
Didn't they try Chicago?
They did Chicago, but they did it with a different host.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Because we were in a contract dispute. And they were
actually
like,
remember
oh,
the
we're doing
episode.
Cash Cab Chicago. I'm like, oh, great. And they're like, yeah, we're looking for a host. I was like, what?
Yeah, I remember seeing another host, and I'm like, this is not right.
Yeah. And to be fair to her,
we need Ben Bailey.
it was a girl.
Yeah, it was.
And to be fair to her, she didn't have a chance because they just tried to get her to act like me.
Oh,
right.
Instead of doing her own
some
thing?
of the people in the same crew, they didn't let her do her own thing. So
Plus, she had her left blinker on the whole time, too.
plus she was a woman.
That's right. Am I right, Frank?
Can't let that
drive? How did she drive?
The dishes better be clean.
Next thing you know, they're going to be voting. What?
Voting? No way.
They're allowed to read at this point.
Ben Bailey is at the Funny Bone at Westport Plaza. 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow. stlewisfunnybone.com.
Just
and what
a
do you
huge
play?
Sabbath fan. I play guitar and I sing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who would have known?
Pretty crazy.
It's a Renaissance man over here.
Yeah.
It's just so fun, man.
what's the band? A Bit of Finger.
A Bit of Finger. Wow, you know
Bit
the
of
name
Finger.
of my band. You just Google it.
Yeah. Well, no, I saw
That's exactly
a
what we
couple
did.
of the Sabbath covers actually.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's so fun, man. But so we like.
You should have pulled me clips.
We
I'm Surrey. I'll do it now.
I'm sorry.
Surrey? I thought you were Moon.
It's very Canadian.
But yeah, it was so much fun, and we just like got really tight as a band from working on the Sabbath stuff that we got to a point where it was like, all right, let's start. You know, and we had a lot of original jams and stuff that we would do like in between.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're doing original stuff.
Well, we're thinking about putting together a band here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Moon is an established musician. He's sold over 1 million records.
Wow.
Yep.
Your buddy Tim over here, he's a musician
I
too.
heard.
You know
Yeah, he
that?
was telling me.
He sold some records himself.
I'm not even the coolest guy in this room.
No.
And that's
Clearly,
hard for me.
Tony is over there.
Right. Yeah.
Clearly.
But yeah, I love music, man. I
But
love
no,
playing music.
and
It's
we were
great.
batting around some band name ideas.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you want to read in the list?
Yeah.
All
I mean,
right,
I don't know if
tell
I
they.
feel like
Hey,
Wile
while
E.
he's pulling that
Coyote
up,
walking
give
into
me
a
some.
tunnel
Give
right
me some
now.
audio.
Just so you
Yeah.
know.
So this is a bit of finger right here.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, you brought it up?
Yeah.
Nice.
Is that you singing?
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Killing it.
Nailing it.
A 3-piece, by the way.
3-piece Sabbath band, yeah. You gotta hear my solo, man. You gotta let it go until the solo. My voice totally falters on one of these.
Is that Ozzy or is that Ben Bailey? I'm not sure. You really got to tell me. When are we going to solo?
It's coming. Do you know this song?
Of course I do. Squan, 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 squan.
That's what it's called. Squen, squen, squen. It's like the next verse.
Oh,
Here we go.
That's somebody going. That's a kick-ass band.
Oh, is that like that was part of the thing?
No, I saw you say that out of the side of your mouth. He's doing
He
the
can throw
guitar
his
solo.
voice.
Wait, here we go. Here we go, man. I feel like this is going on way too long.
He's killing it.
Here we go, man.
Take lessons, Moon.
You see him, he's got his eyes shut and he's feeling it.
That's awesome.
Killing it. There you go. I tell you, man, it's a renaissance.
Now, when you're
Dude,
playing and
you
doing
were
that
doing
stuff,
you were even doing solo face, like you know, like doing it with your mouth, like.
when you're
That's how
playing
you melt
stuff,
faces.
when you're doing like a show or anything, does it drive you nuts? Because I'm sure it happens. Is somebody like, yeah, cash cab, yeah.
No, I don't think I had anyone yell out "Cash Cab" at a music performance.
They do it to me all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
But
You got
people
the
are
band
like,
name
"You should
list?
call your band Cash Cabeth."
Oh,
Where were you on that one?
That's pretty good. That's
boy,
pretty
on our
good, man.
list.
You know, I was going to say, we'll take that.
Pick your favorite out of these, okay?
Should I go through the whole list?
Oh,
Let me
yeah.
give them the
Keep
highlights.
I think you need to go
waved
through the whole.
off.
We have like 30 bands. I want 30.
Yeah, keep
There's
going.
more than that.
We got so many
All right,
good ones.
Listen. Secret ginger dragon, iced turd, fist-sized gash,
Slow down.
festering.
If you like any of these, just
Chime in, or you want me to wait till the end?
just
and-
chime in and see if you like them.
Wait, what was the first one?
secret ginger dragon,
That's weird.
festering sore.
That's our death metal band.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
there's a lot of death metal bands in here, like fecal tumors.
I'm seeing it as the cover art already.
Congenital megacolon, which may be trademarked, so we went to megacolon.
Congenital megacolon is trademarked.
Tainted peanuts. We have the Bingo Wings, or Jeff Burton and the Bingo Wings.
Thank you.
I like that one.
We have Lefty Borton and the Turd Cutters. This is a good one. This is a good one, and you'll, with being familiar with TV, Unpixelated Backburger.
Oh, that's good.
That's a
man.
good name.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good list.
Backburger is good all by itself, too.
That one's definitely taken.
Whether a bad name or just backburger, either
Yeah.
way.
We have Somebody
Is that a
Else's
thing?
Vomit.
Somebody else's vomit.
We have Finger Avulsion, which is when it, like, your finger gets stripped.
Oh, that's when Jimmy Fallon ripped his,
Like a
his
ring.
finger off.
Basically, the skin and muscle gets ripped off of your finger bone. Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Staying with that theme, the bleeding nipples, the inner side boobs. That's pretty decent.
I like that. I like that.
Machine gun wieners. Leonard Nimoy's colon.
That was a fun conversation.
Now this is
That was a fun guy.
this is like an '80s throwback here. Joni Pepperoni and the Hitmen.
Joni Pepperoni. Nice.
Yeah, it's our 60s doo-wop cover band.
Yeah.
Sponsored by, inspired by Mother Teresa. We have Teresa and the Gutter Saints.
I like parts of these names are really good. The Gutter Saints is like a great name by itself.
Black Market Butt Injections.
Oh, that sounds like a small business.
The Pakistani Backups. Let's see. Willie and the Nuts. Andy Dick's Vehicle.
Andy Dick's Vehicle's one of my favorites.
That's good.
Well, I
like
wanted to be
that
Andy
one.
Dick's van.
Definitely taken.
We were
No,
at
you
a
know what?
comedy
Andy Dick's
festival in Chicago where I was doing the Just for Laughs in Chicago, and I brought a couple of friends of mine with me, and my friend is just trashing Andy Dick because he heard he was there, and he's like, "That guy is such a." I'm like, "He's in the elevator with us, dude.
Oh, boy.
He's right behind you, and he
No.
can totally hear you right now."
Oh, my God.
No way. You had
Yeah.
he's right behind. He's standing behind me.
Actually
moment.
happened, and he was so cool about it. He was like, "It's all right." I think he's just used to people
Right.
ripping on him.
If
you
you have
know?
the internet, you know he is kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barance's Party Room. That was a recent one. Quattro and the Penis Straws.
Okay.
It's interesting. And then today we had Naked Horseshoes.
Naked horseshoes.
Trail of Fat.
Trail of fat. They will know us by the trail of fat.
Send Me the Beeholes. And Telephonic Gimmickry.
Wow.
That's like a prog rock, like our prog rock
yeah.
project.
Right.
Is that?
It's heavily inspired by Rush.
I think there are some good ones there.
Yeah.
There are definitely some good ones in there.
I think we
Band
got.
names are fun. It's like a fun category to just try to come up with them.
What was the one?
Obviously, you guys agree.
Cash Cabot. I'm right.
Cash
I got
Cabot.
that. We may
Yeah.
steal that.
We're stealing it.
Okay, yeah. I
Thank
didn't
you.
go with it for the name of the band. So.
I want to thank you for coming in, Ben Bailey. Right
Oh, thanks for having me, guys.
See Ben, he's a funny
Super
guy.
fun. Yeah, come to my comedy show. It's not a band. We played a clip of the band.
Yeah.
Not a clip of
He
stand
will not have a guitar. He is at the Funny Bone Westport Plaza tonight. 2 shows, 8 o'clock and 10:30. Saturday, 7:30 and 10 o'clock. stlewisfunnybone.com for all your ticket info. And buy your tickets online.
Yep.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you guys,
That's
man. I had a
Ben
great time.
Bailey.